Good morning, Internet. How are you today? It's Friday, and I want to talk about love bombing. So, I want to talk about it because, there are different types of love bombing, and and a lot of people online, at least when I was going through my trials and tribulations of learning what I was dealing with, don't really talk about what types of love bombing come at you, right? They just say, oh, they're going to love bomb you and give you presents and blah, blah, blah. But I want to be more precise about that because love bombing doesn't have to be from a romantic partner. It can be from a parent. It can be from a friend. It can be from a boss. It can be from anyone. Two things I would like to keep in mind. Two things I would like you to keep in mind about love bombing. First, love bombing can happen at any time in a relationship. It doesn't have to be the end of a relationship. It doesn't have to be the beginning of a relationship. It doesn't have to be in the middle of a relationship. It can happen at any time, right? Second, love bombing only happens when the narcissistic person feels like they're losing their grip, and it's the first stage before they become horrible people. Love bombing is always the prelude to horrible behavior that will follow if the love bombing does not work. So, here's the skinny. What is love bombing? So, there's different slangs for it. Full court press, putting the mash. Basically, it is an unwavering torpedo-like focus on you to find favor in the narcissist again, right? Narcissists are stupid people, but there's one thing they are very good at, and that's observation. And they know when they fucked up. They know. And so they always have to have a little feather in their cap for when they fuck up too much and they don't have other sources of attention and adoration at their disposal. Or if you are a person who would make them look good, feel good, whatever, right? The supply conversation. I'm not going to get into that because everybody else does on the internet, and this is my diary, right? So, let's talk about types of love bombing because I've experienced many from many different sources, and it was not just romantic. So if you have a parent or family member that doesn't want you to leave the fold, they need you for something, right? They're going to give you what they've never given you before, which is probably attention. I mean, all narcissistic people do this, but typically when they know they have someone, they don't really give them attention once they've basically, bagged and tagged them because they think you're not going to go anywhere. But if you decide to go ahead and have a funky attitude and just like, oh, well, okay, well, since you're being an asshole, I'm going to be an asshole, and they sense this, then they're going to basically focus on you, right? Everything, the dishes, right, that never got done, the trash that never got put out, the play that you always wanted to go to and whatever, and they never even talked about it with you, right? Anything that basically will make you feel like you're special, they're going to focus all their attention on you, right? And it's going to be a short amount of time. The second thing is, of course, what everyone else is saying is the gifts. Please do not think that a narcissistic person does not know what you like. Now, they won't give it to you when they think that they have you, of course, because that's control, right? They hold the keys to your emotional kingdom. But you decide to have a funky attitude like yours truly, then all of a sudden the things that you always wanted suddenly magically appear in places with bows and rose petals and shit like that. So never ever think that a narcissistic person does not know what you like. They will give you gifts that you want, not gifts that they think you would like, right? For instance, I had this associate, this group I'm a part of, right? This is where she thought I would just enjoy what she gave me because, she gave it to me. But that's what you call basically a whelp narcissist. She's still so full of herself that she doesn't know the game and how to play it as a narcissist. So she's just going to give me a gift that she thinks that I would like. And so she gave me this video game, right? Because she wanted me to spend more time with her. But it was a video game I would never play. It was kind of stupid, but she loved this game, right? But that was her way of like, hey, spend some time with me. Here's a gift, right? That's a stupid narcissist. But, that's fine. I got something free out of it. Maybe I might play it. Maybe I won't. That's a whatever. But believe me, when it comes to the pecking order of emotional vampires, that trick was straight up like, was it a ghoul? She didn't get the whole, she didn't ripen up to like being, a good vampire, right? The third gift is the gift of information. This to me is the more powerful gift of the two because your boss will use it. People who have power over you always give the gift of information, right? Information they've been hiding from you, information that they've been withholding from you, right? But when they see that you're about to walk, then they will start to like give you information to get you ahead. So if you really wanted that raise, that middle manager who all of a sudden sees they're going to lose their star fucking employee, all of a sudden tells you the ins and outs of how to, get that raise. The person in whatever kind of group or clique or whatever you are, and they see that, you want to leave or that, someone else is trying to scout you, they're going to give you information about like stock market stuff, where to get the best deals or whatever. You have to understand information is power, and narcissistic people, as stupid as they are, they know how to hold information as well. I guess that's two things they're good at. So they know all the ins and outs because they're fucking slippery, eel, snake, slug, slimy people. So, of course, they don't do fucking things honest. So they know all the tips and tricks to basically get around shit. So when they start sharing information with you, you know that that's part of love bombing too. And they're trying to give you the most powerful thing they have is basically some of the things that they benefit from, right? How do you deal with this? How do you deal with the love bombing? Well, first off, you got to be petty. You have to understand that love bombing is always the first phase to worse treatment, no matter what it is. Once they see that your guard is down, that's when they start acting worse. You understand, when love bombing happens, that means that they are pissed off that you decided that their behavior wasn't good enough and that they have to actually work to get back into your good graces. So what do? Right? You basically never put your guard down and you take all of their gifts. Believe it or not, what some people will tell you, which I can say is not true, at least in my perspective, you can be stanky with a narcissist as long as you want and you can keep them going through hoops and they will continuously give to you until they realize themselves that it's going nowhere. But in the back of their mind, they're competitive. So they know that in their heart of hearts, that they can't lose. If you're petty and you keep your guard up and you just keep taking their gifts and you're polite, like, oh, thank you for giving me this and blah, 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 they'll think that you've won. Let me tell this to the people in the back. When you are funky and petty and you take their gifts, that automatically triggers their competitiveness. Automatically. And they will want to see who's going to hold out, who's going to break down emotionally. And then they'll get more creative with their love bombing gift giving. They will. The gifts will get more extravagant. The gifts will get, the information will get more tasty. I say do it as long as you can until you're bored. And then don't let them down easy. But that's me. Some people say you can't win against a narcissist. Yes, you can. But of course, you have to think about what the love bombing is, what the result of the love bombing will be, and how to basically trigger their competitiveness. Also, if you want to go ahead and be super petty and super funky, you can go and have two narcissists coming at you at once. Basically have them love bomb themselves into a competition and make sure they both know it. So then you benefit from the gifts, and then they go ahead and they work their asses off to make you happy. All right, Internet. I know. This is not the good empath way, but I never said I was a good empath. What I am, though, is someone who takes advantage of narcissists if they come to my doorstep. And you should too. See love bombing as a boon. Never put your guard down, and take all you can. Have a good Friday.